So into our software, we've built in a feasibility/model checker that allows the user to preemptively determine whether or not their system setup, as well as what they want to draw onto the LEDs, is actually feasible. And so kind of what you see here on the screen is the first prompt it's giving me is how many microcontroller boards you're actually using with our software. And so we have one board. The next thing it's going to ask us is how much current will be supplied to that board. So each board can have a certain number of modules attached to it in the row-wise directions. So let's just say that we're using a Roswell power supply. So let's go ahead and say 30,000 milliamps maximum current supplied to that board. And then, like I said, we can have an infinitely many concatenated boards. So we'll go ahead and say for columns of modules in our workspace, we have 2. And now it's going to ask us to fill what's called the module space. So now the software needs to know what exactly is the orientation and the structure of our workspace. Because you can have maybe the first row have 3 modules concatenated horizontally, and then the second row you only have 1. So it needs to know exactly what it is, and so we'll give it a 1 for a module present in the index, or we'll give it a 0 for a no. So we'll go ahead and say that we have 2 rows completely populated, given 2 columns, and then we'll say that the last 2 rows are empty. So we'll go 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. This is the next part where now the simulator or the model checker is going to ask us whether or not we want to load an image. So I'll go ahead and say, yeah, sure, let's phone chrome.jpg. It notices immediately that the image we've chosen is too big. So we'll go ahead and say, yes, please resize it for me. That would be great. And now you'll see that our workspace is opened, and now if we look in the console, we'll see pretty much the output of our model checker, and we'll see that board 0 checked out okay for electrical requirements, but we'll also see that the image exceeded our pixel dimensions for our workspace, and that our resizing allowed it to be okay. But since there was a resize required, it will return that the setup didn't pass the requirements for the model checker, and it will ask us to revisit our build so that we can get the highest fidelity and the highest performance when we're using it.
Our user interface allows the user to write to the LED in real time, any color on the RGB spectrum. Here you can see U, pretty quick.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm sorry. God.
You can also clear by right clicking, which again deletes the LEDs in real time.
In this part of the video, we will demonstrate how 2 microcontrollers work in tandem to display a larger image. What we have over here is actually the image of Google Chrome, and this is being displayed by 2 KL25Zs, each of which drive 8 LED strips consisting of 16 LEDs. Let's try loading up another image, that of a heart. You will soon notice that the top half of the heart is displayed first, and that's because that is a part of the image which is being driven by the slave. After it receives information from the master. Once the master communicates this information, it will drive its part of the image, which is the bottom half of the heart.